Steve Shermett. Welcome to Unfiltered Brew. We're so happy to finally have you here. We've been trying to get you on this podcast for a while now because you're a little too busy
so
for us.
We're excited you're here with us.
We have a actor, a aspiring public speaker. You're a Cleveland local, which is amazing too.
And personally, my acting instructor.
Yeah,
that was fun. Been looking for you to come back.
I know. I haven't gotten a chance to come back yet, but I am coming back.
Good.
For sure. I am.
And you're in probably one of the most popular shows out right now, The Chosen.
Yeah.
Which is incredible.
You've also worked with on NBC with Mr. Mayor, correct?
Yeah.
You were in there too. Wasn't there a movie that you just filmed that remember when we were in acting school and you showed it to us? Was it David?
David at King's Calling. In fact, I'm up for a Best Actor award for that tonight.
Oh, wow.
So
my God.
Find out tonight whether I get the award or not.
You are so going to get that award.
Thank you.
We're going to keep the positivity here.
And The Chosen won a few Emmys.
The Chosen has won a lot of awards, Dove Awards and some others, but they, as you know, they're killing it. They're doing a great job.
So are you involved with the new season of The Chosen?
No, season 6 just finished filming. I'm not in it, and I'm just waiting to see if I'm in season 7.
Oh my goodness.
I love that.
So why don't you,
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Like, why don't you give us a little background on The Chosen? Because it is a popular show right now, and it's, they've just finished filming, and tell us about your background and how you got into acting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we want to know the whole story.
Everything. We want to know all about Steve.
But we want it unfiltered. I was born on 1995.
Yeah, let's go with that. I'll take the birthday. So when I was young, in middle school, the high school came and did this musical presentation for an assembly, and I was just enamored with it. I thought it was so cool, and I was like, I'm gonna do that. So when I got into high school, I joined the drama club and did the singing and the dancing and the musicals and the plays.
You could sing?
Wow.
A wee bit, yeah.
Can you sing us a little verse?
No.
That's what singers don't
Why not?
putting them on the spot like that, right?
Yeah, it's like let me have this song, let me practice it for 3 months, then I'll sing it for you.
I love that.
Yeah, like when I sing, I warm up for like a half an hour before I even start singing.
Yeah.
If I don't, it's like,
Well, it's not like when we sing in the show, right? You actually have a pretty decent voice.
Stop. I remember when
Kat
we were
has
in
a pretty
music
decent
school.
voice.
I believe it.
I remember when I was in high school and we would go we were in music class and we would have to go
Yeah, like the vocal training. Yeah, the vocal.
Oh, for warm-ups? Yeah, I do that. I don't do a lot of scales, but I do a lot of drills where you start low and you work your voice higher and higher, and then you work on transitioning from your chest voice to your head voice, kind of classical style, and then I start singing soft, easy songs as part of my warm-up, and then I start working into the harder songs.
What's your favorite song?
I do it. I don't have a favorite song. Right now I'm trying to do something from Les Miserables, but it's a little too high for me.
Wow.
And I'm still working on it because I love it. Empty Chairs.
Did you see the play when they were in Playhouse Square?
I didn't see it here, no. I saw the televised version of the movie, and I read the book a couple times, and I've seen the televised version, a couple of different versions of it.
I saw that you got a role in a city light opera.
Yeah, back in the day.
Back in the day. Is that where your singing started?
I started in high school, and then, I was in the production of Grease in the San Bernardino Civic Light Opera.
Like Grease?
Yeah, Grease, like
Grease.
grease your hair back and...
I don't want to give off my Halloween costume for this year, but one of the options is actually Sandy from Grease.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I've always wanted to just, I aspire, she's passed away now.
Olivia Newton-John has passed away?
Olivia Newton, yeah.
Yeah.
She's passed away, yeah. Like recently, I think within the last 2 years. And
Dang.
I just want to pay tribute to her career.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
When I was a
That's so
kid,
nice.
before that, when the movie came out, I went and saw that movie probably a dozen times with my siblings. Loved that, and then I got to be in it.
So I actually have limited edition Barbies, like original, like the Barbie dolls and the Grease outfits.
Oh, that's cool.
Sandy.
That's cool,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
I still listen to some of that music on my playlist.
Oh yeah, it's always on. Whether I'm scrolling on TikTok or Instagram, someone's always either singing the song or paying tribute to the movie. It's a classic.
Yeah.
It's a classic.
It's good stuff. So yes, I did do
Yeah.
that one.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's really cool, actually.
Did a handful of musicals, a handful of plays, and then I stepped away from it. Long story short, got married, went to school, got married, had kids.
You were in Cleveland though, right? You were.
No, I moved to the Cleveland area just 2 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
I was in Southern California when all this was happening. And then went to school in Chicago. Okay. And then went back and moved to Arizona, raised my kids there.
Interesting.
And then came back out here a couple years ago.
And why did you move to Northeast Ohio? Because I get asked this all the time because I'm not from here.
Well,
so I need
first
to
of all, when
hear
people
your
say
perspective.
that, it's like, why wouldn't you?
Right, exactly.
It's nice here.
This is what this podcast is about. We have such cool, like, amazing, influential
People speak
and
poorly
Yeah.
about the Cleveland area.
I-
I think
they
it's
don't.
They
awesome.
always do, and it's like
Yeah.
they're so wrong because Cleveland's amazing.
It is. And
You
the
know?
suburbs, the metro parks, oh my gosh, people have no clue.
No clue how incredible those
In
parks
fact,
are.
driving up here, as I was driving by different parks I'd never been to and others I want to go to, it's like, you know what? I wanted to tell my wife we should like once a week or even once a month just pick a new park and check out
Yeah.
all the parks in the area. And we could do it for years.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
There's
They
so
have
many.
a map of different parks throughout Ohio that you can actually hit. They have like beautiful waterfalls and like scenic routes.
Oh, yeah, they're awesome.
And you can go and do like follow each one. It's
I went to a
awesome.
new one for me a couple weekends ago in Medina, and I walked by a deer, and it was just chilling, staring at me. I posted it on
funny.
Facebook, and a bunny rabbit,
I
a little
love
pond.
that.
It was just so lovely.
There's so many metro parks. Most recently, I was just telling you we should go together to Hinckley Reservation, which is right now the
I
lake
wanna
has
go.
been emptied for restoration of
really?
the dam. Yeah, but you can still. It's a perfect 3-mile hike around the reservation. It's beautiful. Oh, it's like a different world.
I like Hinckley. Hinckley's lovely. There's
Yeah.
so many nice towns, little villages, townships are called around
Townships,
here.
yeah.
So we like it here. We love the 4 seasons. We're dying to get out of the summer of Arizona. Summer starts, in March and ends
Yeah.
in like December.
Like super
But I
dry.
feel like they never even have anything else other than
Summer.
summer
Yeah, well, they have
and sandstorms.
almost summer. It's summer. It's past summer, and we'll give you a few weeks before next summer. Those are the.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that. I grew up in Kuwait, so it's just the same thing.
I bet you it's similar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have cousins in Phoenix, so I remember when I went to visit them. I haven't been there in a minute, but it was just so hot.
Yeah,
Like
it's
110.
evil hot.
100 it's
Yeah, every
crazy.
day. For,
I couldn't
for
do
weeks.
that. I couldn't live like that.
When I think it starts hitting the 90s in like March or something like
Wow.
that. Maybe
Yeah.
April. I don't know. But then it just half the year it's too hot, and the other half it's just starting to cool down, and then it gets hot again.
Yeah.
So we wanted to get out, and all our kids moved east, so we decided to come be closer to them. And one of them lives in Brunswick, and we decided to come out here because they're having babies,
Oh.
and we're going to be grandparents in November.
Stop.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
amazing.
So we thought, hey, we want to move closer to our kids. Let's move closest to the one having babies.
That's so awesome.
When you said kids that you had kids, I was just thinking young kids. That's
I'm old.
No,
He doesn't look old.
you don't give me energy of old. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
Larry, is this real wood?
Better be real with Larry. So anyways, so you, that's amazing. Honestly, that's congratulations to you and your wife.
Thank you.
You're going to be the coolest grandparent.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys moved here and you raised a family and all this. And then what made you want to go back into acting?
Well,
When
I
did you
always
decide?
missed it, but I didn't know it at the time, but I was winding down in my ministry career. We hadn't gone there, but I was a pastor for many, many years. And as that was starting to wind down, like I said, I didn't know at the time, but I saw this thing. I was on sabbatical, and I saw this thing. It was a on-camera acting class. And the guy who was teaching it, I'd seen him on TV or the movies or something, so I knew it was legit. And I thought, you know what? I used to like acting. I bet you I still would. I wonder if I'm still any good at it. You know what? I'm going to go do
So
this
this
thing.
was after you took some time away
Oh, yeah.
from the screen.
Oh yeah, like
Really?
30, 40 years away,
What?
maybe 40. Yeah, I was gone for decades.
And you were just a practicing pastor throughout this
Yeah.
time, or did you get
Yep.
into other avenues, or did you just focus
No,
on?
I actually had 2 congregations. I was quite busy,
Wow.
and so I only did stage work when I was younger.
Okay.
So I never did television or movies, and I thought I want to try it. And when I went to this class, it was like, oh my gosh, all the feels came back 100-fold. It's like,
Aw.
the guy said, Steve, you're good. You should do this. I said, I can't do this. I got 2 congregations. I got 4 kids. He said, well, it's not like the theater. You don't have to go to rehearsals for weeks. And he said, you can make a movie on a weekend. And my brain just went, oh, really? I said, yeah. So I checked into it, and I just went crazy. I went all for it again, and that was 10 years ago.
Wow. And what was like your first movie or big
All right, the
time?
first movie I did is called Amazed by You. It's still out there. You can watch it on a bunch of platforms.
I think I remember. I haven't watched it, but I feel like I have watched it.
It went during the pandemic. They put it onto YouTube, and then it, I don't know, hit 1 million views or something. So it did really well during the pandemic. As far as I know, it's still on YouTube. I don't know what other platforms it's on, but it shouldn't be too hard to find. It's kind of like a Hallmark vibe rom-com.
Oh, we love that. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Yeah, maybe we should put that on our watch list.
I
for
usually
sure.
tell
Should.
people, sit with your wife and watch it, or sit with your girls and watch it, because it's
Okay.
more of a chick
We
flick.
can have
kind of
girls
guy.
and we can cry.
Yes.
And I got a little role in it, but it's a fun role, and that
Okay.
was my first role. Then I went from that into like a crime drama thriller feature film that ended up playing nationwide and on Netflix for several years, and that's still out there, maybe on Prime and Tubi and those places. Called what's it called? Fronteras.
Fronteras?
Yeah, and I play a cop,
Okay.
and that was fun, and just I
Just
ended
the
up
dice kept rolling.
doing The
and-
Chosen and Mr. Mayor, and made some other movies. Filmed that Christmas movie called Chocolate for Christmas. The trailer just came out a couple months ago.
Were
Oh
you?
wow, I want to watch it.
Yeah.
Does the movie come out soon, or is it?
I don't know. I'm waiting to hear.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
hoping it comes out this Christmas, but I don't know.
Oh, I love.
I wonder, like, I'm really curious. Was your role? Were you intrigued by The Chosen when you first heard about The Chosen and they're making the show? Was there any overlap because of your past being a pastor? Because it's a show about.
Oh, totally. I'm also Jewish. And I
Oh.
led a Messianic synagogue, which is a Jewish Christian congregation.
Okay.
So when I knew the story of Jesus, who is Jewish and has where the
Christian,
Christianity came
yeah.
from, it was right up my alley. So I reached out to Dallas because I knew him from online, and I said, "Hey, can I get an audition for this thing?" He's like, "Yeah, of course." So long story short,
And then you play a
auditioned for it,
rabbi
and I play
on-
a rabbi in
Wow.
the series. Yeah,
Wow.
Rabbi Josiah.
That's amazing, actually. So
And for those who haven't seen it, it's on Amazon Prime. It's on lots of platforms, but that's where its main platform now is Amazon Prime. And
It's called The Chosen.
The Chosen season 5 just recently released. Season 6 just filmed, like yesterday or the day before they wrapped filming. And next is season 7.
why don't you give our listeners a little, people who are not familiar with what The Chosen is about?
The Chosen is like a historical drama. It's said to be like the life of Christ from the perspective of those who knew him.
Like his disciples?
Yeah. And so it's not, I mean, it intersects with Bible stories, but it's not the Bible. It's like, okay, we've all heard of Peter, but I wonder what Peter's life might have been like. So we meet Peter, his wife. He's got financial troubles. He ends up fighting for money. He gets in trouble with Rome. He's going to get thrown into prison. And then he meets Jesus. And his whole life changes. And we see all this happened. None of that's written in the Bible. We don't know any of that's
It's
true.
fabricated. Like,
Yeah, it's fabricated
okay.
to give us an idea of what Peter's life could have been
could have
like.
been, mhm.
And they do that with all the disciples. And then they also delve into the lives of Roman centurions and the governor of Rome and Pontius Pilate, and then the sort of king of Judea, Herod. What were their lives like and their interaction with each other, and what was Jesus' relationship with the authorities? Pretty stinking cool.
Do you feel like there's been any backlash from like the Christian or Jewish community just based on because because the stories are fabricated and was there any backlash from the community?
Well, there's always detractors.
Yeah.
But I don't want to give them any
attention.
Yeah, because there are literally tens of millions, hundreds of millions of people who've seen the show and love it.
Oh, it's got great ratings.
The number one show
it's
in
got
the world.
great ratings, yeah.
Yeah. And so, there's people that don't like it. There's people that hate it.
Who cares?
Yeah,
But you
exactly.
can't give energy to those
But you
people,
know what?
Exactly.
you know?
But I always say the haters are still talking about it. So if you get
true.
anybody to talk about whatever you're working on, that means you're doing something right.
And no matter what you do, there's always haters.
People talking.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus had haters. The most perfect human being who's ever lived.
Yeah.
God in human flesh had haters.
Yeah.
So you just can't pay him any attention.
You're always gonna have haters, no matter what. But you just gotta silence that noise and silence everybody that's trying to put you down. You just keep pushing because that's what it's about.
Let them not like it. That's fine. There's haters, and there's those who just don't like it, and that's fine.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to like it.
I mean,
It's not
imagine
for
if we were all
everybody.
the same, and if
Yeah, and I get people who don't like it because there are all certain things. Like I love Marvel movies, but there are people that don't like them.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's wrong with you? How can you not? People are different. And I understand how people want to see just the Bible presented. They don't want anything made up associated with Bible stories. I can respect that. But then there's the rest of us who love
You
it.
just love it, yeah.
I love chick flicks, and not everyone likes those.
Chick-fil-A?
Chick flicks. Chick flicks.
Someone's hungry.
I like Chick-fil-A, but not Chick-flicks.
You can't like it on Sundays. Come on, that's
I
a
know.
crime.
Isn't that something?
That's a crime.
Dude, I love Chick-fil-A. I
Mad
could go for
respect.
I could go for some grilled chicken nuggets right here with the Chick-fil-A sauce.
You know
It's
Chick-fil-A
great.
doesn't open on Sundays, right? The
I
irony
know,
of
I
this is
know.
hilarious,
I
though.
know. It's great for them, great business. They respect God. That's their reasoning. That's
Yeah.
fine. But man, there's a lot of people that want it on Sunday.
No, like myself and yourself are
On the
clearly.
same. I've been to an airport more than once on Sunday and saw that place closed down. I was like, oh.
Yes, on my last trip, I was flying through Dublin to London, and it was on a Sunday, just this last trip, and we
Yeah.
were like so excited to go to Chick-fil-A because my flight was an evening flight, and we show up to the line and it's closed. I'm like, even at the airport?
I know. Yeah.
I'm eating a Dubai chocolate. It's so good right now.
Well, I don't think you should leave those over there.
You want one?
I think you should just slide.
I think
them
you
on
should
over this
slide one.
way.
You should have one. It's so good.
And I think everybody watching the podcast should be like
Guys, look at
salivating.
this.
Yeah, show
So
it to them.
jealous that we're having
Please
Dubai
help
chocolate.
yourself.
Thank you so much.
Great for a little, energy.
So working with Ted Danson and Holly Hunter must have been a dream. Like, tell us about that. How was it
Okay.
working with them?
So that was my first time on a huge studio. I filmed a few episodes of The Chosen already, and The Chosen was cool, but they didn't have the same studio type setups like you see in
Like the
Studio
technology.
City down in Hollywood. So getting onto that lot and being part of that experience was huge.
Wow.
Walking into a soundstage, which looks like a warehouse, but then you go inside and you're inside an office, and it looks like a real live office. I'm chewing my chocolate. So if you watch like my reel, you can go to IMDb and you'll see some clips from that episode I was in. Towards the end of the clip, we're all hustling into an elevator. I don't think the doors are opened in the clip, but when we get into the elevator, all the actors, it was our first time in there, and we're like, is this real? Is this a real elevator? I'm like, I don't know. That's how legit it looked. And we're all asking each other.
Were
And then
any
we're looking
bites?
around.
Were there bites?
What's gonna happen?
Somebody reached out to touch the button. I just looked up and
There's
there was
nothing
no
there.
roof, just
Oh my
the
God, it's
warehouse.
fake.
And I was
Stop.
like, nope, not real. But that's how legit it looks.
Wow.
And it was cool. But just working with professionals, everybody knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
Everybody's responsible, mature, and excellent. It was a wonderful experience.
Mm-hmm.
Ted Danson was a gentleman to work with. He was awesome. He was a real good guy. This was during the height of the pandemic. And they had asked him, as the star of the show, to stay away from everybody as much as possible, so there was no chance of him catching COVID.
Anything, yeah.
Now, we all were multi-tested for a couple days before, the day of.
Did you have to isolate, while?
We didn't. Well, they told us to.
Yeah.
But they didn't sequester us.
Right.
But we did have to test before we got on set, which was another cool experience because there's a lot of projects going on there, and there's a big line for the COVID test, and the PA just grabbed me, dragged me to the front of the line. I've got a principal actor here. He needs to be tested right now. It's like royal treatment.
Right.
That's so
I love that.
So then they brought us to set, and the set was broken up by different groups. And if you were in the yellow group, you could only be on set during yellow group time. And if you were in blue group, you could only be. That was cool.
So it's kind of organized. That's
Very
good.
organized,
That's
yeah.
good.
And they came in between takes, and they fogged stuff, and it was crazy. It was intense.
And like it's cool for you to just because obviously we just see the final product, but like the behind the scenes, so much goes into just one scene. And as an actor, you just had to show up. Like you didn't have to worry about like what's going on, like the details of, this chair has to be placed in this situation, right?
Not my problem.
Not your problem. You're the actor. You show up and you read your lines and do a great job, and you get to just go home, right?
It takes a village.
It takes
they
a
got
village.
A lot of people. And they're so on top of it. There's a scene where Holly Hunter comes storming into the room we're all in and slams the door. The glass broke in the door. It's a fogged design glass. Like I said, it looks like a modern
And
mayor's office.
did it stay in the scene, or they had to like?
No, we had to redo it. But what blows my mind was it only took them like 10 minutes. They had another piece of glass in there.
Are you serious? So
Yeah.
they're like they have a backup of.
Yeah.
Don't they have like a
Supply.
whole
What are you
carpet?
talking
Everyone
about
thinks
it?
I'm getting glass.
Well,
like-
no. Well, don't they have like a whole shop in the studios, like
I have no
carpenters?
clue.
So
I don't know.
Have you been to the the TMG studio, TRJ Multimedia Sound Stages in Brook Park? So they have like over 100,000 square feet of space that they turned into like sound stages and things like that for shows and movies. And I toured it a couple months ago, and they legit have like on-site carpenters and builders, and
They have all that stuff there.
they're
yeah.
working around the clock.
Yeah.
Whatever you need. Hey, I need a room that looks like it's from the medieval time. They'll whip it up probably in
It's
a week.
amazing
Yeah.
what they can do.
Yeah.
Amazing. So it blew my mind. Oh, that
Yeah.
was a new experience for
Yeah.
me, and I loved it. So Ted, by the way, didn't do that. He didn't sequester himself in between takes. He hung out with us. He was with us for all the scenes. It's just the kind of guy he was.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what's the most like? What was your favorite role of all the roles, and like, what was your most favorite role that you were in?
I don't really have a favorite. I mean, you can't beat being in The Chosen.
Yeah.
You know? So season 4, episode 3 was an amazing experience, and that's always going to be towards the top. But this David character I got to play, that's up
You
for
should
an
see
award
that. I'm
for.
going to show you the trailer. It's
Yeah, and
amazing.
you can watch it. It's on YouTube now. It's called David a King's Calling on YouTube. Check it out. And I got to play the prophet Samuel, which, this was intended to be like the first episode for a series or the beginning of a film. And so it's all about the prophet Samuel and his call to find the next king. Because Saul, the previous king, was rejected, and now he's going to be sent to find David. So this is the prophet Samuel's time with God, mourning the loss of Saul and getting angry at the people of Israel for rebelling against God. And it's just all a bunch of emotion and vision. And I loved playing that role as well. That was pretty awesome. But I like almost every role I do.
How do you prepare for a role?
Well, everybody's different. So for
What's
me...
your way? What's the Steve Shermett
The
way?
Steve Shermett
Steve's
method.
way.
Well, I read the lines, and in my brain, I'm starting to picture how it looks. The very first read through, I'm starting to envision how it goes in my brain. And then I keep reading through it to make sure I fully understand the scene. What am I doing? Who am I doing it with? And why am I doing it? And what's around me, And then I do it in my head first, run the lines. And then I start doing it out loud. And I audio tape the other person's lines in the scene so I can play it and then respond to it as my character. And then I practice that while I'm memorizing. I'm also practicing my acting. And some of the ways that I decide to approach some of the lines I'll like and I'll keep. Others that I like, that didn't work, Steve, try something else.
You sometimes improv and change like a
Yeah.
line.
Yeah.
You could do that, right? Like whatever.
Generally speaking,
Okay.
sometimes.
So you're not
usually.
getting like nitpicked like by your director or writers. Oh no,
Well,
you said.
you need to come on set perfectly memorize the way it's written.
Oh boy, that sounds rough.
And
I don't think I can do
That
that.
reminds me of Jack.
Then you don't want to be an actress.
That reminds me of Jack. So, my friend Jack, he was helping me with this audition that I was doing for. It was on Actors Access, which you had recommended for me to use when I was in class. And he was like saying something in his own way, and I said, "You can't do that. Like you have to literally follow the script. You can't just like make your own script up."
So you learn what's written, but it's not a law. It's hard to say. You have to feel it out. Some directors very flexible, and so are some writers.
Yeah.
And some are like, no, we spent years writing this. You're going to do it word for word.
Wow.
You got to feel that out, whether you know the director, whether you know the project or not. Television is usually more word for word than feature films. And sometimes they want you to be close to word for word. Sometimes you can just almost totally wing it. And as long as you're communicating the feel of the scene, they're good. Mm-hmm. And you get all that flexibility, but you're not necessarily going to know. So you get on set totally prepared to do it the way it is. Sometimes you can talk to the director in advance and say, hey, I had these ideas. Sometimes, in fact, usually when you're on set, you say, hey, I want to try this a different way. And they're like, okay. Or like, no, there's no time. Or you just do it a different way and see if they say anything.
And they see a reaction, yeah.
Because you know what? Sometimes your way that you want to do it might be better, and they might actually like that idea.
It happens a lot.
Yeah.
It's a collaboration.
Like, oh, wow.
And
like
oftentimes actors will change it and it's kept. That happened in The Chosen. There was something I wanted to do. I did it their way several times, then I did it my way, and they kept my way. So it was cool.
That's kind of cool. You kind of work as a team there. And
Yeah.
you just kind of feed off each other. Like, hey,
And a lot of times you get on set and they don't have it all figured out. Okay, you got your line, sure. But they'll sit down with you and they're like, okay, we were thinking about maybe having you enter over here and then sitting there, and then you say, oh, well, what if I just stand behind the chair? And they go, oh, yeah, that's a good idea. So kind of storm in and just stand behind the chair. Don't even sit. And you talk it through.
It's collaborative. I love that.
It's collaborative, yeah.
How many days or hours do they give you? Like they say, hey, we're shooting scene 5 on Wednesday and today is Monday. Is it typically like a 24-hour notice where you'd have to memorize this line for this scene?
Every project's different.
It's different.
And like
how many lines can you memorize at one
film.
point? Like at one time? Like it's overwhelming.
It can be, yeah. Memorizing's hard.
Yeah.
And if you have a big part, hopefully you have more time to memorize. I've never been in a television series where I'm in every episode and wonder how far in advance I get the script and how hard that is. I've not had that experience. But I just filmed a lead role in a feature film over the summer, and the memorization was hard, but they were flexible with me changing it on set, which took a lot of the pressure away. And you just have to be ready to do your thing.
Do they get frustrated if you make a mistake? Like typically, do you feel like if you missed a word or missed, like how are they with? Like you said, they're flexible, so I'm assuming they're more lenient, and maybe do they have somebody there with a script to hand it over real quick for you to look over if you forgot a line?
They have what we call a scriptie or a script supervisor who's watching the lines as you're speaking.
Oh.
And if you mess it up, they'll come to you during a break. When the director says cut, there's usually something that happens before you do another take. The script supervisor comes over and says, you said. And sometimes it's word for word, like with Mr. Mayor.
Yeah.
But then sometimes it's like, hey, yeah, I know what I said, and I'm going to stick with that.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes the director will change it too. He'll say, that's fine or that's not fine, you know.
I mean, memorizing is kind of hard.
It's real hard.
When we filmed Broken, the movie that I was just in, and I had like the first scene, and just those little words, and like it was like hard because when you're put on the spot and you have to like remember that, I don't know, it was.
And sometimes
hard.
There's like 20 people around you.
Oh yeah,
You get
minimum.
nervous.
it's very
yeah.
distracting. You have to really be zoned in, and you have to learn how to not be distracted. You know, you're trying to do your thing, but there's a camera right up in your face, and there's a a production assistant and another camera guy right
Lighting
next to them.
crew
And somebody might be walking in front of you. Usually everybody tries to stay still when filming's happening, but not always.
And quiet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to be
gotta
quiet.
be quiet.
Yeah.
So tell us, so you went from taking care of the family to acting to doing all these shows and movies. So now you wanted to be a instructor. Tell us what made you want to instruct and like.
Well, when I moved out here, I had already reached out to Angela Boehm from First Team Actors Studio. She's a casting director here. I reached out to her. I said, hey, we're thinking about moving out to Cleveland in a couple of years. What's the film scene like out there? So we started corresponding on Facebook Messenger before I came out here. And we ended up coming sooner than I anticipated. I told her I was coming. She and her family are fans of The Chosen.
Oh.
So that wasn't a bad
out,
thing.
yeah.
And Angela is one of the top casting directors in Cleveland.
Yeah. And so basically, long story short, she just said, hey, we've got this thing. Would you like to speak to one of our classes? And I met Lauren Nichols, who's her partner for the business. They both own the studios together. And they brought me in as a guest lecturer for one of their advanced classes. And then down the road, they said, would you be interested in teaching classes here? And I'm like, yeah, I would. And so they tried me out, and it worked out well. And now I'm teaching a couple different classes. So it's pretty cool.
That's incredible. And like, how did teaching and instructing kind of pave your current career as an actor?
Well, anytime you teach something, you learn it better. You know what I mean? So, and you get to practice more. And when you coach people and improve them, you're also improving yourself. Yeah,
that's very true.
So it's great. And it also, it just feels good to watch somebody get in front of the camera and do something, a scene, a line, that's horrible. And then to work with them and 15 minutes later, it could be on TV. To watch them change that quickly and do that well gives you a good feeling.
Yeah,
you know?
it's inspiring.
Rewarding.
It's like
It is
you're
rewarding
helping
and inspiring,
somebody,
yeah.
you know, to feel comfortable in their own skin, to be able to like go into that character and just focus on that, you know. What's the most common mistake that new actors make?
Oh, there's so many. One of the big mistakes is film and television actors think they have to act. What I mean by that is they're trying to show the audience their action. They're acting, and it
Like overacting.
It's overacting, yeah.
Over.
Totally overacting. It may not be overacting for stage. It might be, but it may not
Like
be.
for theater. And,
Yeah, because you got a lot of space and
Yeah.
you act differently on a stage. But for the camera, everything has to be so subtle. So people might like do something so ridiculously large and think they're acting well, and they're not.
They're
And so you have
overacting, and you
they're
can tell
overacting, and
on
you have-
TV.
Yes, and you can tell. So working with that's a
Yeah.
big thing. And then another thing is not only is your acting have to be so much more subtle, your physicality has to be more subtle. You can't move a lot on camera. It looks ridiculous.
Right, or like, move your head.
Yes, you can't be
Me,
talking
I'm like
like
fixing
this.
my hair all the time.
Well, you can move. You can't be stiff either.
Yeah.
But stillness is what I have to teach. I teach them stillness without stiffness. That's what I tell them. And then I work on showing them. And after a class or two, they begin to get it. It takes them a while. First, they'll be all over the camera. Then they'll be like scared to death.
Just
to even
moving their
blink.
eyes.
And then they start to relax, and then they get natural.
Yeah.
And I get to, because it's my class, I get to, right there, do whatever you did right there, don't forget, because that's the zone.
Yeah.
And so then they know, and then they get to do it again. And then we get to zone them in again, and then they get the feel for it. So those are the first two big things I would say.
Yeah, I think growing up, I feel like I underestimated acting. It's not an easy job.
You know, it's probably the only art and the only career where everybody thinks they can do it. Without training, without school, they just say, yeah, I could do that. And they can't.
No.
They just don't know that.
I feel like I underestimated it, because even now when I'm watching movies, now I pay more attention to how the actor embodies the character, and just to throw a name out, like Leonardo DiCaprio, he embodies very different characters in each of his movie. And he does it so well. And it's almost like he is the character. But he doesn't overact.
Right.
And it's such an incredible art to do, like a skill. To be able
Yeah,
to
and as you probably know, there's different types of actors.
Yeah.
Like there are character actors.
Yeah.
And then there's people who are the same character in every show.
Adam Sandler.
And we love them.
We
and think
love
they're
it.
Amazing.
Yeah, we were just talking about
Yeah, we
Adam
were just talking about that the other day. Who else was that? What's the guy from?
Vince Vaughn?
No,
He
the
plays
guy
a-
from The Elf.
Will Ferrell.
Will
Will
Ferrell.
Ferrell. He's the same one every time.
Yeah, what did we watch the other day? What were we...
That movie with
Bewitched.
Bewitched. We watched that, but then we watched part of like that other movie. What was it with?
Anchorman. Because
It was Leo, and it was who else was in there?
Old
can't
time.
remember.
What's
like a cowboy
Brad
movie,
Pitt
right?
and probably one of my favorite movies out there. I can't think. Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio about the Manson murders.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Oh, it's an amazing. What was it called? All time Hollywood.
I honestly couldn't tell you.
I'll tell you right now.
But
I'm
it was
gonna
really
look
good.
up.
I mean, my gosh, they act so well.
Yeah, they do.
They act so well.
Yeah, I'm gonna find out the movie right now.
So, what's one fundamental skill that every
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Gotcha.
It's a 3-hour movie, so you're gonna need some time.
Yeah.
Put a time slot.
Don't they like record it as if they're recording a movie?
Yeah, because so Brad Pitt, he is the stuntman for Leo's actor in the movie. So Leo's the actor.
Gotcha.
And
He's the stuntman.
Yeah, and they fabricate the story around the murder that happened back in the 60s. It's a very good, well-made movie. I highly recommend watching it. And they do an incredible job. Yeah. I don't want to give away too much, but it's
Yeah.
You
No
gotta watch
spoilers.
it. It was really good.
Yeah.
I got really into it
Yeah.
too. Yeah. So tell us, like, what are some advice that you want to give to like new actors coming in, and like if someone from Cleveland wants to get into acting, what's some?
First thing I tell them, take classes at First Team Actor Studio. It's the very first thing I would tell them. Start off, take Actors Arsenal, which is an introduction to film acting. I
That's
teach
the one that I
one.
did.
Yeah.
That's Act 1.
And then there's improv classes and audition technique classes and scene study classes. And you begin to learn how to act and to hone your craft. And then you start going out for gigs. Usually people start as background actors, and that puts them on set, and they get to learn how sets work. And they get to watch up close what it's like for an actor to act. There's lingo on set that most people don't know, and there's a way to behave on set that most people don't know. And so they get to watch. Some people will go onto a set as a production assistant, and they'll work on the crew and watch from that angle.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
And then people start doing commercials. A lot of commercials, they don't have to talk. And so they can learn to start acting with subtlety without overacting and without speaking. And
Feeling comfortable in front of the camera.
Yeah.
And most new actors will start with new directors and new filmmakers. So they're learning together.
Gotcha.
The best directors aren't going to hire the newest of actors.
Of course not, yeah.
If they're not good. I
Yeah.
mean, you can hire a new actor who's good.
Yeah.
There are some. But for the most part, they have to grow.
Yeah.
And so you grow with,
You're the new director.
and you start working your way up and to better and
So when you
bigger
mentioned
projects.
earlier about auditions and stuff, and this comes personally to me where I'm like kind of intimidated by them. So what is like your advice about like how do you change? You know, when you go out, what would you do? Like, what's your biggest tip for an audition? Like even for myself, like when I go and audition, I get so nervous.
I wouldn't have one tip, but as soon as you said you get nervous, what's your advice? My advice to you is take improv classes.
And I remember I actually said that.
Yeah, he's the one that also told me that at the beginning.
I told her we should both do improv because
Not only is it fun,
Yeah.
but it will definitely work on your self-confidence and your intimidation factor, because you just got to lay it all out there. And you're doing it with a bunch of other people laying it out there. So you go from embarrassed to I can handle anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
I've always been like that. I've always had issues talking in front of people. I mean, obviously right now, like this is actually kind of building more of my confidence too, like having this podcast, but like being in a room full of people and you're like auditioning, it's like so intimidating.
Well, one of the cool things about the modern era is a lot of your auditions, a lot of my auditions, like all of them, I do them at home.
yeah.
I send in a tape. So I video recorded myself, and send in my audition.
Well, you do that, don't you do that?
I did that a few times.
Just a
Yeah.
few
So
times,
just recently, I submitted for a commercial, and usually you book it or you don't.
Yeah.
But this commercial, there was a callback, and the callback was on Zoom. So I did my audition. I sent it off. They liked it. Then they met with me face to face, but on Zoom. Not
Okay.
in the
And then they
studio
ask
somewhere.
you to
Do it again.
Okay.
And they give you adjustments. They try it this way, and you do it again, and that's called a callback.
Okay.
And then depending on the project, you might get another callback, or you might book it, or you might not book it. So I booked this one, and I'm filming on the 18th. Yeah, I think it's the 18th.
Is it local?
Yeah, in Cleveland. It's for a
okay.
commercial.
That's exciting.
That's awesome. I love that. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. Can't wait to tell you about it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you about it off camera.
Honestly, like even like
yes, I
off
can't
camera.
wait.
The other one too.
Oh, I love that.
So, like,
Behind
you
the
know how
scenes.
back, like, you know, old Hollywood, and you had to be in either New York and LA or Miami to get an acting job. So you said that Cleveland is a big film market, and like,
Well, it's not a big film market, but it's
growing.
there is work here.
do people have to go to like New York and LA to kind of get these big roles?
No and yes. That's the closer you are to where it's happening, the more opportunities there are. A lot of roles, for example, in LA, they won't even look at you if you don't live in LA.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's lots of auditions I don't get because I don't live there. But every once in a while, I'll be able to audition for something in LA, and they'll fly me in.
It's like when you apply for a job, a lot of times they prefer people to be from the local market rather than have to fly them in for interviews and moving expenses and all this.
And so it'd be similar. So yes, living in a place like LA is beneficial, but these local markets now are getting bigger and bigger. A lot of productions are moving out of LA, moving out of Atlanta, moving out of New York. A lot of them are going overseas. And you can, they say grow where you're planted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're not planning on moving to some place like that, there's work. And you can make your own work too. I've produced a couple of things,
I mean, there's like feature films, local. And there's also, like I said earlier, there's the TRG studios in Brook Park. I'm sure there's other production studios around the city. There's always work where you go. You just got to find.
And we know
look for-
Superman just filmed here
Superman,
recently. Major feature films, 1 or 2 a year here, and maybe more are coming because of the film incentives, the tax credits.
Tax
are
credit,
good.
yeah.
And
We
so there
just
will be
talked about
more
that
here.
with
Yeah,
Mike.
yeah. We just had Mike Wendt from the Cleveland Film Commission on.
Yeah.
A couple episodes ago, and he talked about that.
And then you still try to audition for stuff when you can in New York and LA and Atlanta. And by God's grace, I'll be filming overseas this winter. I've got something that's kind of...
Can you tell us where?
No, can't say anything
Can you
about
even say
this
the
one.
location?
No.
Oh man.
No.
Off camera, maybe.
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 Yeah.
Well, that's exciting. So, do you go by yourself, or do you take your whole family when you travel?
No, I
overseas?
go by myself, yeah.
Okay.
That's
It's
awesome.
kind of like a business trip.
Business trip,
Yeah.
and do you typically know how long you're going to be gone for? Like, this is going to
Yeah.
be filmed? Okay.
You get a solid schedule. Sure, things could happen.
Yeah.
Like last time I was on set of The Chosen, I think my last day of filming was a Thursday, and they came to me Thursday afternoon and said, "Can you stay tomorrow if we need you? We don't know yet. We'll know later today, but is tomorrow even a possibility?" And I was like, "Yeah, I can be here all day tomorrow if you need me." Later on, they found out they didn't, but those things happen, yeah.
Because they'll rewatch the scene, and like if something.
Right, they might
Right.
want to do
Add
something
something
or
or-
add
right.
something, yeah, or things,
Gotcha.
something broke
Yeah.
and wasn't available. Things happen.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, you know when you're coming, when you're going, and it's all lined out very
Yeah.
nicely.
That's
Very organized.
great. I love that. Yeah, I mean, you have to be in such a big industry like that.
And time is money.
Yeah, time is money. I can
Yeah.
agree with that.
I want to know your funniest or most embarrassing moment as an actor. I'm
Okay.
curious.
Let's get
Funniest
unfiltered.
and embarrassing.
It wasn't
Two.
embarrassing in the sense that my pants fell down. It was embarrassing in the sense that I did something and I felt stupid. So it was my first episode of The Chosen. And I had auditioned for 3 of the lead roles that were all in that scene. I knew that scene, that whole scene, backwards and forwards and everybody's lines, inside and out, including my lines. And I only had a couple lines for the role I booked. I knew it inside and out. So we do one of the actors says, hey, you guys want to run lines before we get on set? And we're like, yeah. So we got together, we ran our lines, everything went good. They called us in, they put us on our marks. And Dallas said, okay, we're going to do a rehearsal one time before we film. Great. And action. And everybody's doing their lines, yada, yada, yada. And then it got quiet. Nobody was talking. And Dallas said, Steve, that's you.
Oh my God.
Uh-huh.
You blacked out.
I totally blanked out. And I was like, I know, I'm sorry. It's just my nerves. I'll be fine. Now, I said it like I'm all confident and all's good. Inside, I died.
Oh.
And I was fighting with myself to keep myself from falling apart.
Really?
Totally. It was devastating.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And so I'm like, then we went through it again, and it was flawless. Shot after shot after shot after shot after shot after shot. And there's probably 30 shots for 30 takes. So somewhere around, let's say, take 25, I went brain dead again.
But it happens.
It does happen.
What caused it? Just because you were nervous or what?
Sometimes
ADHD,
Yeah.
nerves, adrenaline, distractions.
Yeah.
Trying to do the same thing over and over and over. Sometimes your brain farts.
Yeah,
you know?
your brain farts.
It
Yeah,
happens.
it happens.
Happens to everybody.
Oh, yeah.
But this
I mean,
was
it happens to me all the
my
time.
first time on this big set with Dallas Jenkins, and I only got a couple lines, and I screw up. So the second time, he says, Steve, come here a minute. And he puts his arm on me, and he says, I want to tell you something. And I'm not just saying this to make you feel good. He said, everybody knows in this industry, when you have just a couple of lines in a scene, it's harder than having most of the lines in the scene. You're doing a great job. Don't worry about it. So I must have had a look on my face that showed how devastated I was. And then he sent me back. And
But that's really like so amazing for him to come.
oh
up
yeah,
with
because
that.
some
Like that.
directors would have said, "You
Yeah,
idiot! You got two lines.
yeah.
Can't memorize your lines."
Have
Somebody
you
could have
ever
said
worked
that.
with someone that was like yelling at people or
Yes.
like was hard to work with on a schedule?
Yes.
How's it in that environment? I mean, you just have to kind of
horrible.
stay still.
Work culture sucks.
Yeah.
Like that.
It's like I'm not working with
Yeah.
that director anymore.
Yeah.
That kind of.
It's crazy to me that
Uncomfortable thing.
there are directors who, because directors have to work with entire team, and then hearing you say that there are some horrible directors out there, but how do they move on in their career? It's just
I don't know.
that's wild.
It's the same about prima donna actors. There's some actors
who
and
are
actresses.
really difficult.
They get
I've
on
heard.
set and they're a pain.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I've
why
heard
do
about
you-
a few, but I'm not going to mention who on here.
No sense in mentioning names. But why would you hire them ever again?
Yeah.
Well, because they're so good.
Yeah.
There's 100 other good ones too.
Yeah.
Make somebody else famous.
Yeah.
Send them to the
Exactly.
back of the bus. That's how I feel about it.
Oh, I agree. 100%. It's not worth dealing with.
And for
some
me,
level.
nobody could make me feel worse than I feel about myself.
You're
So if
your
somebody-
biggest critic.
Exactly. So if somebody gives me pressure, that's not going to help. That's going to make it harder.
Makes it worse.
Yeah.
It makes it worse.
Yeah.
If I had a hard time concentrating before, now I'll really have a hard time concentrating.
I'll tell you a funny story. So, like, my first gig out of college, I was working at a company, and then we had this company-wide, this was my early 20s, a company-wide meeting at, like, a town hall. There was about 200, 250 people in the room, and I was thrown off guard. I was asked to come up, like, on the spot and talk about a project I was working on. And I kid you not, and people who I've worked with and they're listening, they're gonna remember this moment. I went on stage and they handed over the mic, and I just stood there and I froze. And I go, and I just stare. Everyone was just staring, and then essentially, the CEO of the company had to grab the mic from me and tell me to sit back down.
Wow.
Are you serious? Oh, that's something that would happen to me too. Like that stuff
That
is so
left me
intimidating.
traumatized.
I'll bet it did.
Traumatized.
But look at you now.
Oh, look at me now.
Look
Now
at you
you're
now,
now
girl.
the mic is your BFF. Now this is your BFF right here.
I could you not. I was the talk of the company for like a while. The girl that
Hilarious.
When I was younger,
That's funny.
you probably had dreams like this too. High school dreams. You forget your locker combination or whatever. You don't know what class to go to. I get up on stage and forget my lines. Or get up on stage and be in my underwear or something like that, Or get up on stage and be naked.
right.
Yeah, I had all those dreams, lots of
My
them.
dream, my like scariest moment is like falling.
Falling.
Like falling in front of I don't know what it is. Like just
I heard a funny joke about
Tripping.
that. I hope this helps with you and not hurt with you. It said, if you fall and people laugh,
start laughing to yourself.
they're like, at least you know you're young. But if they come over and ask if you're okay.
Oh my God, that means you're,
For men. For women, they'll always come over. But for men, it'd be like they'll laugh at you. Otherwise, they'll run over to you and ask if you're okay.
Funny.
That is actually funny.
Yeah.
I mean, I've fallen so many times. It's fine.
No,
'cause
I'm a
I'm a
klutz.
clumsy person.
I don't
Overall.
fall a lot, but I get close to it. And I hurt myself a lot. I beat myself up all the time.
So how do you, like, when someone continues to audition, they just keep getting rejected and rejected. Like, how do you help them manage that rejection? Like, how do you, what do you tell your students? Like, hey, this is what you have to do when you get rejected, or, because a lot of people will audition, but then they'll get rejected and then they'll give up.
Well, the first thing that I tell people is actors get rejected all the time. And we really shouldn't look at it like a rejection. But for every decent role I audition for, I'm up against 1,000 people. Mm-hmm. Let's just say 900 of them are no good. Fine, then I'm up against 100 good actors. What are the odds of me being the one they want? And the reason they may not want me, this is a fact, okay? I don't tell people this to make them feel good. You may do the better audition and be the better actor and still not book it. At this point, they're not looking for just the best performance. They might be looking for things you don't even think about. For example, maybe they've already hired your daughter and she's black and you're white and this isn't a biracial family. Right. So even though you did the best performance, you're not getting hired.
Exactly.
Or, Steve, you look a little too old for the guy we want for the father for this role. Or, that was a great audition, but we want the guy with the blonde hair. You look too ethnic. Mm-hmm. Or, that was a really great, and you don't hear any of this feedback. You just know whether you booked it or not. And the reason you know you didn't, because you never hear back. You don't even get a no.
Really?
You just don't hear back, yeah.
Wow, that kind of sucks though.
Yeah, it does, but you get used to it, more or less. And so you can be a great actor and still do 100 auditions and only book one. Mm-hmm. It happens all the time. So what I tell people, there's two reasons. One is you'll never know what the reason is. You could be a great actor or actress and still not book it. You're too tall, you're too short, you're too old, you're too young, you're too fat, you're too slim, you're too good. You could be too good looking.
Oh, I've heard that, yeah.
Yep.
Like,
you could be
too pretty,
yep.
Yeah.
And then you could be not pretty enough.
Yeah.
So for that reason, you may not book it and you'll never know why. Or maybe you just didn't act well. If you know you didn't act well, that's great. But if you think you acted well, how do you know? You take classes, like you take my classes, and I'll tell you.
And
we're going to take him.
Yeah.
And I won't say that sucked, but I'll just say, let's play that back. Let me show you how to change that, how to make that better.
you approach it from a constructive criticism perspective.
Yeah.
And it's not everyone needs to be perfect at their skill set. You develop it. Do you think I was good at my first episode I recorded on this podcast? Absolutely not. And everyone listening can attest.
So remember, I told you people think acting is the only thing that people think they can just up and do. Yeah. And then they find out they can't. Yeah. It's really hard. And for most actors who become successful, it usually takes about 10 years to book your first significant project.
Wow.
10 years.
That's a long time.
It's a long time.
You need to have some solid resilience.
Yep. I hated being rejected, and I felt rejected every audition I did because I thought 99% of my auditions were great. I knew there some of them weren't, and I didn't expect to be booking those. But what about the ones I did really good at? Thought this was a great audition. You never hear back, and you're like, dang.
Yeah.
And it starts to hurt you.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you love acting. And this is the only way to do it. Yeah.
You got to keep pushing. That's what it's your fuel. Because you love it so much. You're so passionate about it. You're not just doing it as an outlet for, hey, I just want to be an actor, just to be an actor, just to be famous.
Right.
You love the art.
Yep.
And you respect the art.
Yep. But it is hard. And it's it hurts your soul.
Yeah. It's a tough industry. It's very
it's
critical
hard
too.
To be rejected.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, no one wants to be rejected. It kind of
and it's hard to work. Mm-hmm. It's not like every day I'm being offered a role. I want to work.
So you have to have like a second job, kind of.
Oh yeah. If you're an actor, you have to have something else that pays the bills. I forget the number, but it's something like 98% of actors cannot make a living acting.
98?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow, that's insane.
Yeah.
Wow.
So find a flexible
Much
career.
respect for everybody that's I mean, think about it, Kat. Let's think about it real quick. When you're watching a movie, forget about the main actors. All the people in the background. These are all actors too, right?
Well, background actors. Some of them are up and coming actors. Some of them are actors who just needed a job that day. A lot of them will always just be background actors. But the co-stars. So you have the leads and you have guest stars and co-stars. And let's give The Chosen as an example. I'm a recurring character in The Chosen. People would give the right arm for that. This is what most people want to do, and I've made it. I've arrived. But I only work once a year. For season 4, I worked 5 days. Season 3, I worked 1 day. Really? Season 1, I worked 2 days.
Wait, really?
Yeah, because I'm not in every episode.
Yeah.
If I was in every episode, I'd be working for several months. Okay. But I'm not. So, have I made it? Well, I'm in a great show, and I'm thankful to be there, and I love it, but I can't make a living off of that.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know. I mean, that's some good...
It gives insight to the people listening.
Yeah.
What
then you probably have seen this. People who are even in famous movies and TV series 10, 15 years ago, now they're working at Walmart or some store because they don't have a job.
Yeah.
And they were making good money back then.
Yeah.
And bad financial decisions.
Yeah, that too, unfortunately.
When it comes to like casting directors and like casting talent, do you think social media presence has a big role to it? Like, do you think a casting director goes online and is like, oh, I like that girl? Like, or I like them, or how does that work?
In some productions it matters, and in some it doesn't. And I don't know in advance which are which. In some breakdowns, that's the information you get as an actor about the role you're auditioning for. In some breakdowns, they'll actually tell you they're looking for somebody with an audience that's an influencer. They want your audience.
I mean, look at the Netflix movies these days.
They'll be like, hey, I want her. She's got dark brown hair. Like, this is what I'm looking for. You know, she might not audition, but like a casting director might be looking around.
But what I meant was,
no, he's talking about like influencers who have like a large following.
Yeah, because they know 1 million people will watch their movie. That's why.
I mean, that makes sense.
Like the Netflix movies, a lot of Netflix movies now are featuring all these mega Instagram,
because they have a
TikTok.
Built-in success ratio.
Yes,
they're likely to succeed based on their audience. So some productions, yes, it matters. Other productions, they don't even care. They don't even look. Interesting, huh?
Yeah, times have changed.
Yeah.
Right?
We're going to play a little game with you before we end the episode. We're going to do rapid fire questions.
Oh, no, I hate these.
Come on, we got to do it. Stage or screen?
Screen.
Comedy or drama?
Comedy. I love both.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I was expecting you to say drama.
Oh, no.
Self-tape auditions or in-person auditions?
Self-tape.
Okay. Yeah,
because dream co-star.
You mean who do I want to work with? There's a couple. I'm just going to say this for now. Denzel Washington.
Wow. What about your first celebrity crush?
I don't know.
Jennifer Aniston, come on.
No. I'm too old. Okay, this is going to date me. Bo Derek. That's how old I am. You don't even know who she is.
Wait, who? Wait, Larry's laughing
do you
over
know
there.
who that is?
Hold on. I'm looking it up
Larry.
right now.
I have no idea who that is. I kind of looked at you.
Oh, wait. I know her from...
She looks like Pamela Anderson.
Wasn't she
Yeah, she kind of does.
Yeah, she's stunning.
Yes.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
New York or LA?
LA.
All right, favorite place?
Favorite place?
Favorite place to eat in Cleveland?
Oh, I don't remember. There's a sushi place in Playhouse Square that I
Sushi Inn.
Yeah.
We love Sushi Inn.
Yep.
We love Sushi
All right,
Inn.
that is amazing. This was such a good episode.
Yeah.
Steve, thank you so much.
It was so fun having you.
Thank you.
We can't wait to watch you on The
Amazing.
Chosen.
To our listeners, don't forget to subscribe, follow, and
Watch
you can
The
watch
Chosen.
us on Apple, Spotify, YouTube.
And don't forget to watch The Chosen on Amazon Prime, featuring the Steve Shermett.
And how can people, let's say someone's looking for you right now on this podcast?
They can go on IMDb, plug in my name, Shermett, Shermett, or Instagram or Facebook.
And they can reach out to you for
But if you
lessons.
do Instagram or Facebook, be careful because there's fake accounts out there. So look hard to find the real me. And for lessons here in town, First Team Actor Studio. Yep.
I love it. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, gals.
Bye, guys. Stay unfiltered.
Bye.